Good evening everybody, myself Vishvendra, I am the founder of Optimal Success Trajectory. Today I'll discuss about the derivation of K equivalent of a combination of springs when they are connected in series combination. So let us suppose there are two springs. The first one has a spring constant K1 and the second one has a spring constant K2. Let us suppose when you expand the springs, then the first spring got an extension x1 and the second spring got an extension x2. So if you look for the forces acting on the common point, so certainly you have expanded this spring. So at point P, the internal force due to spring will be leftward because it will try to oppose the displacement. Since you have stretched it towards towards right, so the forces on P will act towards left. Similarly, here at this end force will be like this, and at this end P, due to the spring 2, the force will act rightward because of the tendency of the spring to attain its equilibrium position. Now drawing the FBD of point P, K1 x1 towards left, K2 x2 towards right, making the force equation net force is equal to M into A. Since the point is massless, we assume springs to be massless, so the mass is 0. That means this expression will be 0. That means K2 x2 will be K1 x1. That means x2 will be equal to K1 x1 by K2. Now let extension in spring's length is x is equal to x1 plus x2. So we just substitute the value of x2 from this equation in this equation, and we get x is equal to, from here we get x1 is equal to K2x divided by K1 plus K2. Now let us suppose we replace this entire system by a single spring which has a spring constant K equivalent and an extension x. So the force applied on the mass will be like that, K equivalent into x. By equating the forces, we can say that K2x2, because here the force is K2x2. This is equal to K equivalent into x as per the definition of equivalent spring constant. So but K2x2 is equal to K1x1 from here. So what we have is that K equivalent is K1 K2 by K1 plus K2. You just inverse it. So we have 1 by K equivalent is K1 plus K2 by K1 plus K2. You just do the calculations and we have the result. 1 by K equivalent is 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2 for two springs. The similar result can be proved for any springs. In that case, x will be equal to x1 plus x2 plus 1 up to xn. And doing the same calculations, we can use the symmetry or the general expression for that. And we can say that 1 by K equivalent is equal to 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2, so on up to 1 by K2. This is the proof for that. I have told about this in my previous video. So this is the derivation, how we came to know that 1 by K equivalent is equal to 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2 for two springs, and it is equal to 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2 plus so on up to 1 by Kn for n springs. I hope you understood this well. Thank you and have a nice day.